And it really is as simple as just starting loving yourself for all things that are wrong with you. Because I'll guarantee you, when we were in, because you were there helping people, right? Counseling all these people. Nobody loves themselves. Not even beautiful Bavaria where we were at. Not everybody loves themselves truly. And everybody finds fault with themselves. And whatever their parents told them they believe. You're ugly. You're stupid. Nobody will ever love you. Whatever. Children believe that stuff. And then if something happened to you when you were a child and you were abused in some manner or form, it's like you're shamed. What's shame for you? You didn't do nothing. Shame on the people that did it to you. But people walk around shame and guilt and if you got a divorce, it wasn't my fault. You got a divorce. End of story, man. Both of you moving on. End of story. Forgive yourself. Go forward. So whatever obstacles you come to in your life, teaching yourself to forgive yourself is a huge healing step to make. But you can do both those things. Love yourself, forgive yourself. But if you don't incorporate this idea that everything that happens to you is supposed to happen to you, it's okay, then you're going upstream, paddling the wrong way. You're not gonna be successful. You have to realize that you're not a victim. Everything that happened in your life, everything, you created, you manifested, you brought it to you. Even if you can't see the links, like, whoa, all this stuff is happening, there's a reason for it. But it's not a punishment. It's not a punishment. These things, how many people counsel? It's all lessons. No, forget the lessons. I think I don't want to need more lessons. It's not a lesson. Everything happens to you is a gift, which changes your whole perspective. Why is Bill telling me this is a gift? Well, I had the cancer, and I had 15 surgeries, and then by going through those surgeries, I had to learn to heal. Now, if someone during the break, if you really want to look at some of the pictures, you probably don't. I don't. But
and Bill, this was recently. When was the last time you
10 days ago, I just had surgery on my face.
Again, 10 days ago?
Yeah. The nose, here, a couple places. No, 10 days ago. Took a shower this morning, towel, and I wiped off the last scabs in my face this morning. 4:30 this morning, the last scabs came off my face. Well, some of you have been around me. You've seen. I look like Frankenstein. The only thing that does, if I had a wooden thing through my neck, a pig, then I'd be Frankenstein. Other than that, it looks just like, it's like stitched up. It's bad, right? My wife can't look at me. I posted a picture of myself about a week after one of my surgeries. A week. I thought it was looking pretty good. And I got in Facebook jail for posting graphic, there's a thing over it, graphic violent photo. There was a picture of me. And I'm going, what? Anyway, so.
I tried to share before, and I know my friend's like, please don't share it. Oh my God, I'm traumatized looking at the pictures. So that's why we decided not to share these pictures.
Picture of my poor wife, because she's seen all these surgeries.
That's how graphic it is.
Yeah, when I say they're graphic, they're graphic.
Unbelievable.
Picture the nose actually cut off where you're actually looking in the skull. There's a hole there, you're looking inside.
So your nose being off your face, you saying?
This nose is my shoulder. This current one is a shoulder.
They did a good job.
So
He did a good job.
no, here's
You did a good job.
all right now. Okay, she's right. Both of you are right here. Let me tell you what happened. I go in there, and his face got like, I don't know, about 180, 200 stitches at the time, and the surgeon's looking at it, and I'm going, can we do some plastic surgery? This is the VA I'm going to, the Veterans Administration. He goes, this is the VA, man. Come on. Our job, we're going to close it up. We don't want you bleeding on everybody. We're going to close it up. He says, that's probably as good as it's going to get. I said, okay. So then I come in 3 weeks after the surgery, and the guy goes, He goes out and he gets his staff, and they all come in, they take pictures. He goes, look at the great job I did. Look at this. This is fantastic. Best job I've ever done. Just after he told me he's basically just going to, close the holes. It's like, anyway. So if I could go through all that and never once complain, no, this is, going through the pain is one thing, but not ever complaining and saying, why me? And then I went in there, a couple weeks ago, and they go, we got to do some more stuff. And I go, I surrender. Go ahead, do whatever you got to do. But I got this coming up, so it's got to be. So I have to do a little fast work here. That's going to be, right there I am, right? So for you, if you got something simple, cancer, colon cancer, whatever, it's simple. It's how you look at it. It's just cancer. If you look at cancer as something that you fear or you hate, you're never going to dance with it. I tell people, doesn't the Bible tell you to love your enemy? And if you think that's your enemy, then love it. I love my cancer. I thank my cancer. I'm grateful that cancer has given me all this terrible stuff to me because it's allowed me a platform to show, here's my walk and here's my talk. I can do it and you can do it. And had I not had this, I'd be sitting here, be like at an AA meeting. I've never drank, I never got drunk, right? That's kind of a true story almost. And it's like me sitting here saying, okay guys, here's how you get sober. And everybody's going, this guy never drunk. He's never had a drop. He hasn't done drugs. Why should we listen to him? So I'm coming to you and I'm saying, I've had pain. Trust me. I've had 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 heart attacks, major. Probably 20 or 30 minor heart attacks. I've had quadruple bypass surgery. I'm a survivor of about 20 years of congestive heart failure. Survival rate for congestive heart failure is 50% survival rate for the first 5 years. I'm at 20. There's no numbers for that. So I'm going to go to Europe. And my wife goes, you should go get a physical before you go, because she doesn't want to have to. She said, don't ship the body back. Get cremated. Well, come on, make it easy on me. Make it easy on me. Anyway, I'm sorry. She didn't say that. She recording this? Oh, you're recording this, aren't you? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I go because I was having some heart issues. Who in this group went to that, the one we did where I got the little bloody heart here? Oh, no one here, huh? I'll have to tell that story. I've been having heart problems again. And I went to the VA, when was that, last year? Fall? September or something, October?
After November, because November was the first time. So you came back again. Was that January?
I don't know. Wasn't that long ago. Anyway, so I went to this health clinic, healing center, where they had acupuncture and in Ontario, and they had all these hands-on healing stuff. They did a lot of neat stuff whatever it was. So I go there, and I've been having a series of heart problems. And I give a little talk there at a group, and I casually mention at break time to that lady that runs the place that I was having problems with my heart and stuff. And I said, I went to the VA. And this is a true story. I went to the VA, and I go, I walk in and said, I'm having these heart problems. I said, I think I'm having some minor heart attacks. And he looks at me, he looks at my chart and he says, well, you're lucky to be alive. Stop complaining. I'm going, what? He says, well, we did quadruple bypass on you. We've got 8 stents in there. We can't fit any more in there. We've done this, we've done that. We've had all these things. He says, stop complaining. So I was a little hurt. I'm kind of going, what kind of stupid advice I get from a doctor, right? I mean, he didn't even say like, well, slow down, you're moving too fast. I mean, nothing, right? It was like, so I tell the doctor that story, and she goes, just come on in here. She says, I can do something. So then, and you know these things, I don't. Oh, somebody here. Who? Anyway, so she brings out, she's going to do acupuncture, and she turns my wrist over here, and she finds some spot here. She says, now, theoretically, this goes to the heart. This will affect the heart. I said, I got to take your word for it. And she says, when I do this, theoretically, you should feel some energy go into your heart and then it kind of comes back, theoretically. I said, okay. She does it, and then I look at her and she looks at me because we could see this energy movement to the heart and back. We're both looking at it going, and then about, I don't know, that same day, right? Just minutes later, when I turned over my wrist, there's nothing there now, but I posted pictures of it. There's a blood like you got to hit. Yeah, what do you got? Bloody.
Like a scab.
It's bloody. It's like there's blood, right? And it's under the skin, hematosis or what? Hematoma. But it's shaped exactly like a heart. And it's exactly opposite of where she did the acupuncture.
I saw it.
And I had to take pictures of it because it was like crazy. Everybody to go see it because it was actual heart. And so anyway, so I was going someplace with that. That's a beautiful story before I got lost. But anyway, so we're talking about hearts. All right. So there's another type of energy, acupuncture, which gets you down to this. What you believe in and what you have faith in and trust in is a good vehicle for you to use. If you believe in Western medicine and you need a drug and they're going to give you a drug, if you believe that drug's going to work, will the drug do it? Nah, you will do it. Even if it's a sugar pill, doesn't make any difference. That's why they got this placebo effect. If they make a new, if they make a new drug, they have to have less than 28% placebo effect for it to be certified. Did you know that? Because there's a lot of drugs they make and there's 28, 30, 40, 50% placebo effect on it. And it's working. Oh, we can't have that. We got to have less than 28% so we can show it's working. Sugar don't kill you. Doesn't cure you. Doesn't do anything. But you believe that was the drug. So now we're operating in the belief and the faith. I'm telling you this works. You can call it placebo. I call it real energy. I call it something different. But in your mind, if you only accept it as a rational, yeah, it's a placebo. But if you believe in placebos, they work. Why does the placebo work? Because your mind is already doing the work. Oh, this is going to cure me. And there's an interesting story on that that's been on the internet. It's not one of my stories. But this guy had this disease and he read about this drug that's supposed to help him. He was dying of cancer. He had like a week's left of life left. And he goes to the doctor. He says, I want to try this stuff. It's experimental. And he says, well, it's experimental. He says, no, doc, just give it to me. I know it'll work. So they give him the drug. Boom. The next week, his tests are all showing positive. He's not even sick. And then the next month, after this guy's feeling good and his life is really good, it goes in to see his doctor. His doctor says, hey, we just got a study back showing that drug is worthless. It really doesn't do anything. And he got sick and almost died again because now he believed that it was not real. I mean, think about the power of the mind. From believing in it and he's well to not believing in it and he's back to where he was. So be really, really careful. So when somebody asks you, like Clay, when somebody asks you, how do you feel? What do you say? I'm great. I'm good, right? No matter what you're feeling, whatever you say after I am has frequency and power. It's powerful. So if you say, I am peace, I am love, I am healthy, I'm lovable, I'm smart, whatever you say after I am is a statement of frequency. Be really careful. Don't say I am stupid, I'm dumb, I'm fat, I'm ill, I feel bad. Now, if you want to talk about your body separately, you can always say, I'm great. The body's having some problems, but I'm great. That's, taking no ownership of it. It's the body, right? It's not you. But that's why when it comes to Alcoholics Anonymous or Drugs Anonymous or any of these other groups, they're wonderful programs. They've saved millions of lives and they'll continue to do so. And so I don't want to criticize them too much, but I really like to see people reach a level in the organization where they finally go, I don't have to stand up in front of a group of people and say, I am some negative thing about yourself. You could say, be just as good to say, I am sober today. That's a beautiful thing to say, I'm sober. But every time you say, I am a drug addict, I am an alcoholic, I am a gambleaholic, you're reinforcing that. And that will step on a lot of toes when people watch this, of course. But I don't mean it as a derogatory thing, because it's a wonderful organization. Follow whatever you got to do. That's why somebody came to me in Czech Republic on this trip. And this lady says, everything I do, I can't find peace in my life. You know, I've tried the meditation. I'm not getting peace. I'm not getting any joy. She goes through all this negative stuff. And I said, well, you're chasing it. She says, yes, I'm chasing it. I'm asking for it. I'm demanding it. And I said, well, as long as you're outside of it, chasing it, you never possess it. She says, what do you mean? I said, you can't keep affirming your lack of that. And she didn't understand. Well, you got that's. And then we took a break, and I thought about it. I go, how can I help this woman? So I came back, and I said, okay, I got something for you. So there was like 8 women that were in an apartment. So I said, try this. Let's all sit here, and I want you to repeat after me, and then mentally repeat it. I am peace. I am love. I am hopeful because I am hope. I am lovable. So I said, turn everything not into I want, I need, I lack. Turn everything into an affirmation of what you have, you are. I am love. If you're saying that to yourself, you're becoming healthy. I am love. And I'm going to tell you right now, most people don't, especially women. I hate to say this to women, but it seems to be the truth. Women devalue their lovability. They feel they always got to be serving everybody, doing everything. They got to earn that love. You know, they got to take care of family. They got to do this. They got to do that. They got, you know, and you got to please the mother, please the father, please, you know, please yourself. Please yourself. You don't have to do anything to be loved. You are loved. You are love. There's nothing you got to do to make that any different. No matter what you do, you're still loved. And I've given this talk and had guys crying on me. I was a chaplain, volunteer chaplain at Folsom Prison. You guys heard of Folsom Prison? You know, Johnny Cash was stuck in Folsom. Anyway, it's a bad, bad, bad place. And I was dealing with lifers. You know, we're talking serial killers, rapists, you know, murderers, all that stuff. And I had them in a room, 20 of the worst. Locked in for 2 hours with these guys, you know, 18 guys, you know. And when I left, when the guard came back 2 hours later, opened the door, they were all crying. I had them all crying. I had them all opening them up. And then the one guy who was this older guy, he was a founder of the Crips. Yeah, from Los Angeles. He claimed to be the founder. I don't know how many founders there are, but there's, you know, and stuff like everybody claims to be, but he claimed to be the founder. I said, okay, fine. And he looks at the rest of the guys and he points a finger and says, any of you SOBs say anything about this to anybody, what happened here, I'll kill y'all. You know?
Oh, nice.
So they all go, yeah, all stays here, right? So it's like Las Vegas. Whatever happens in Folsom stays in Folsom, right? So, and what happened was, I had them get in touch with that child in them. And I'm telling you right now, being an adult is greatly oversold. It's overrated. People that really know me know, yeah, he's just a child. Nothing adult about him at all. There is nothing adult about me at all, except I pay my bills. So I guess that's an adult thing. But if you can't laugh and have fun and play with toys, you can't spend time with your grandchildren and take their toys and you play with them. I mean, come on. Life is simple. It's really just about loving. But it has to, and there's a theme here, it has to start with you. It's got to start with you. If you can't love you, how do you expect anybody else to love you? If you can't love you, how can you love anybody else? How can you forgive anybody else if you haven't forgiven yourself? And I taught, SRFs drive me crazy. SRFers, well, I know better. I shouldn't have did these things. I know better. I can't forgive myself because I know, I've read the books. I've done the things. I've listened to Yogananda. I know I should have never did that. And I said, so now you're saying you're better than God? God can forgive you, but you can't forgive you because you got higher standards? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I've also found that the more intelligent you are, the higher IQ you are, the harder you have shifting down to this child that's inside of you. And I'm telling you, let it go. Let it go. There's a time when sometimes all you need is a hug. Remember, sometimes that's all someone else might need is a hug. You're not here to get anything. You're here to give. You're not here to be understood. Understand me. You're here to understand others. You're not here to be forgiven. You're here to forgive. So if you live your life in the giving modality, you're giving of yourself. Just make sure you have enough self to give. That gets us back to rule number 1. You got to love yourself. Now, what's rule number 2? Bill has 2 rules. Rule number 1, you got to love yourself. Okay? Meaning you also have to see the greater self. God's in all, right? Namaste, God me bows to God in you, right? Meaning, literally, God and you are one. Think about that for a while. God and you are one. And if God and I are one, and everybody is God, God is in all, then you really are bound to the God in you when you bow to others. What happens to other people is happening to your greater self. You should care that somebody's in pain. You should care that somebody's having trouble. You should be happy for one of your friends or somebody that wins something and has something good happen. Jealousy and envy have no point. If you got jealousy and envy, then you're not living the us mentality. This is all about us. What's good for the team. There's no I in team. Anyway, I'm sorry, I saw that movie. No I in a team. Unless you spell my way and there's an I in there. But anyway, so it's all about realizing that the self, the higher self, is all of us. So when I'm charging you, the you and me is charging the you, me and you. I mean, it's like the same. I always tell people, look at my eyes when I'm charging them. They look at my eyes, see yourself. Because I don't see a separation. You're sick to the degree that you're separated from the source being the creator. Call the creator the force. It doesn't matter, right? Anything, right, Skip? Anything. Doesn't matter. I call the creator God love. It's love. So therefore, each of us is made from God, of God. We are God. And if God is love, then that is the building block of everything in creation, love. There is nothing else. So when you reach that place, and if you've ever had any kind of, even if it's monetarily moments where you have some kind of samadhi experience meditating, even if it's just seconds, where you have that glance, that feeling, I'm one with that tree, I'm one with her, I'm one with the table, I'm one with the sky. There's a oneness. Once you've tasted it, no matter how long it is, once you've tasted it, it's addictive. You'll never go back for anything less worthy.